Today we are going to discuss Aunt Jennifer's Tiger, written by Adrian Cecil Rich. First of all, I would like to tell about the poet. Adrian Cecil Rich is one of the most widely read and influenced American poet. She has been feminist poet. In the poem, she talks about a woman's experience in her married life. She has tried to explore the inner feelings of a woman who is living under the dominance of man. Now, we shall talk about the theme of the poem. Female role in home and marriage is presented using animal tigers as symbols. Women oppressed under patriarchal power, dreams for individual freedoms, and the art of embroidery reveals her desire to escape from burdened married life. Now the rhyme scheme. The rhyme scheme of the poem is ABAB in each and every stanza. There are 3 stanzas, verses. All the stanzas are quatrains. In couplet rhyming, sing same rhyme scheme in 2 lines with mixed iambic meter. Now we shall talk about line by line description. Come to the first stanza. Aunt Jennifer's tiger prance across a screen, bright toppers, denizens of a world of green. They do not fear the men beneath the tree, they pace in sleek, chivalric certainty. Prance means walk, move around. Topaz is the yellow colored stone, and denizen is the place where animal lives in a particular place. Sleek means elegant. Chivalric means being courteous, especially to women, an act of a gentleman. Now I would like to explain the lines. The poet tells Aunt Jennifer has embroidered a pattern image of tigers moving and jumping around on a panel or tapestry. Tigers are bright yellow in color, like the color of a topaz stone. They are proud and fearless, dwellers, inhabitants of the forest. The tigers are fearless, they look elegant, shining, and full of gentleman's grace. Now, let us talk about the literary devices in this stanza. Rhyme scheme, as I have told you, it's AABB, and same words are repeated in 2 consecutive lines, that is third and fourth line. You can see they do not, they pays. It's the use of anaphora. I repeat, anaphora is used in third and fourth line. They do not, they pays in are repeated. Now we have metaphor. Topaz is used to describe the yellow color of the tigers. Symbolism is used. Symbolism, denizen of world of green, means inhabitants of the forest. It is used for the tigers. And then Aunt Jennifer symbolizes woman. Tigers symbolize freedom and fearlessness. There is internal rhyme. Many words rhyme with each other. You can say prance, topaz, and beneath, sleek, and these are of the next stanza. Alliteration, chivalric certainty. Sound sure, sir is repeated. Visual imagery, we have yellow color, bright yellow color of the tigers is given. Then world of green, the forests are of green color. Personification, the tigers are elegant, the tigers are courteous towards women. Words sleek and chivalric are used for tigers. Now come to the second stanza. In the second stanza, Aunt Jennifer's fingers, fluttering through her wool, find even the ivory needle hard to pull. The massive weight of Uncle's wedding band sits heavily upon Aunt Jennifer's hand. Fluttering means to move in quick, irregular motions as if being agitated. And in this stanza, Aunt Jennifer's hands are moving about her wool to create beautiful images of tiger. But the movement is not easy and smooth. Aunt finds the ivory needle very hard to pull through the wool. The uncle's wedding band seems very heavy on her hand. She feels burdened with her marital wedding responsibilities. She is still burdened by weight of the ring, the engagement marriage ring. The weight means the encirclement of trapping that has been fallen upon her by getting married to him. She has been burdened by the obligations of married life. Now, the literary devices, same rhyme scheme we have, AABB, alliteration, the sound of fur is repeated in finger fluttering. Wa sound is repeated in the weight of uncle's wedding. Symbolism is there, massive weight of uncle's wedding band. Again, in these symbolic marital obligations are shown by a lady sits heavily upon aunt. The ring she is wearing, the wedding ring, it appears to be very heavy to her, and she is unable to move her fingers. Again, it is the burden which she is carrying and unable to move her fingers. Now the next para, third stanza, we shall discuss. When aunt is dead, her terrified hands will lie still ringed with ordeals she was mastered by. The tigers in the panel that she made will go on prancing proud and unafraid. See, the lady is burdened with the obligations of marital status, marital life, and but she feels that she can be free. She can enjoy her life being by embroidering the tigers on the tapestry. Ordeal means extremely severe test or experience. Prancing means to move around proudly. The aunt wishes to live a free, fearless life. It is indicated by her choice of design, tigers. It shows her innermost desire of being strong, fearless, which has been overpowered by her husband. Probably her ordeal, harsh and bad experience, will end upon her death. She thinks that her bad experience will come to an end when she dies, but she is frightened, and her fright and her fluttering fingers will be put to rest. She thinks that, but it is an irony that even after her death, the ring shall remain on her hand. That is, her husband's rule over her is not yet over. After her death, her desire of freedom and fearlessness shall remain alive in these tigers which she has embroidered. Now, the literary devices, same rhyme scheme we have, ABAB, and then alliteration, per sound, prancing proud is repeated, its alliteration, and symbolism is there, ringed with ordeal. It's symbolic that the lady, the aunt, is entrapped in hardship and suffering, and the lady symbolizes every woman. And again, we have internal rhyme, terrified, unafraid. We have the words, and these help bind the sound as we progress in the poem. Irony, it's the irony that she will be ruled over by the husband even after her death, and it is in contrast to the freely prancing tigers. Metaphor is there, ringed with ordeal, that she will be